Hey guys, how you doing? Austin Hilton here with an update on one of my favorite stocks. It's a stock that I own, stock that I'm very bullish on. I think that this stock is going to continue to go up and up and up. And that stock is Palantir. It's obviously a hot stock. Everybody's talking about it here on YouTube. I've done one video on it. I plan to do a couple more because there's a lot of interesting information coming out related to Palantir. I'm going to bring you one real interesting article today in this video and more to follow. So if you like Palantir or you want to keep kind of in the know of what's going on with them and kind of what overall the landscape is going to look like from here till maybe 12 plus months out, stay tuned. Please consider subscribing to the channel. As always, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and please consider subscribing, as I've already mentioned, and drop a like on this video if you get value out of it, and I hope that you will. A few thoughts before we get to the meat of what I'm going to be talking about. I am absolutely bullish on Palantir. I know that there's a lot of information surrounding this. This is a stock that has moved up, has moved down. It closed today at $22.58, and I think that this stock is easily going to hit $40+ in relation to its stock price within 6 to 12 months. I know some of you will probably balk at that and say it's going to be higher, be lower, but I think that that's kind of how I look at it. I look at stocks from a 12-month cycle out, and I think that this stock is going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. As you know, Kathy Wood with ARK Invest and her they've got, I think, north of $400+ million in this stock now, and I think that, you know, they have made a good choice, and I think that that's going to be a stock that's going to do really well for them. So I do own Palantir myself, and I'm actually planning on picking up some more while we're kind of in this low period, because I think that this is a buying opportunity. So with that said, let's jump over, and I want to show you the article that I've got for you today. So you guys know I'm a fan of InvestorPlace.com. A lot of kind of information that I look at. I always kind of end up back with these guys. I read a ton on these companies every single day, guys, and I'm always out there looking for the latest piece of information to bring you that's of value, that will show you kind of what is going on with these particular stocks, and always looking to bring you kind of a little bit different angle and maybe some new information, and that's what I hope that this does for you. Okay, so this one caught my attention, this article caught my attention because it really was talking about kind of the parallels between Palantir and stocks like Amazon and Netflix and things like that. So I thought that it was a really interesting take. Excuse my eye itches. I always start itching whenever I get on video. It's the weirdest thing. But that's what I liked about this particular piece of information. So I wanted to share this with you, and there's some really interesting points in this. So bear with me. I think you're going to get a lot of value out of this. So here we go. If history merely rhymes, Palantir stock is a buy today. I absolutely believe that it's a buy at the levels that it is. It traded today. It closed down today at $22.58. So again, I think it's a buy at this particular thing. I mean, at $40, that's almost a 50%, nice gain. There we go. Okay. All right. So it has been labeled a risky bet. I realize that there's people there are some people out there that like to bash Palantir. I'm not one of them. I'm absolutely bullish on them. But I think that fundamentally it looks increasingly like a smart money play off and on the price chart. Okay. So what's happening in Palantir stock, and what calculated exposure that can better protect and serve investors might look like in your portfolio. So basically what's kind of going on with it, this has been, obviously the stock's been moving around a little bit, to say the least. But I really thought this was interesting, and so I really want to talk to you about this. So here we go. So as the NASDAQ topped on February 16th, Palantir was busy plunging by much more significant 12.75% through lifetime channel support, okay? And that loss was on top of the decline, roughly 27% from the stock's all-time high set in January, okay? So what happened, and why did this stock have such a massive sell-off? Okay, this kind of gets to the heart of what I loved about this piece of information, so bear with me. There's some really interesting information about to come. Okay, so really the trigger behind Palantir's increased selling pressure was twofold. So in a nutshell, mixed earnings, sporting solid double-digit sales growth, improving margins, and strong progress in the outfit's private sector business were rejected in favor of worrying about slightly larger losses and an expiring lockup period. Okay. So if the story doesn't sound familiar, which I remember living this, it should, from Amazon to Netflix or Tesla, and almost without exception, the best growth narratives all share similar eyesores on the way to dominating their respective markets. I thought that that one paragraph was absolutely worth the video. I thought that that really opened my eyes to being a Palantir investor, right? And to kind of writing and just seeing what's going on and all the information that comes out about it and all this kind of stuff. It really kind of clarified and crystallized for me, guys. Like, okay, we've been here before. We've been here with Amazon, Netflix, where the Wall Street and investors have really kind of ignored these real positive things: double-digit sales growth, improved margins, strong progress, moving forward, domination of their respective marketplace. And, you know, we ignored them and beat those stock up respectively back in their proverbial days, right? Tesla's still in its day, you know what I'm saying. Fan of Tesla too, so don't bash me for that, okay? But I thought that this was really a crystallizing point and a clarification, okay? That being an innovator and dominating a market is not free, okay? And from time to time, Wall Street will stress over what it takes to create the strongest long-term proposition for a business, which brings me back squarely to the heart of my view about Palantir. I'm absolutely a long-term investor in this company. I think that it's going to continue to just go up and up and up, and I think 40 is a stop along the road. I think it's going to continue to go more, higher and higher and higher. Remember, ARK funds, they've got hundreds of millions of dollars invested in this, and they are a very smart group of people, as an example, right? So, and as with Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, and others which face similar episodes of investor anxiety, the Palantir story is rhyming nicely there too. It's almost kind of following those bellwether companies. I thought that was very, very interesting. Okay. All right. Now, I've already mentioned this a couple of times. This is basically talking about the fact that that ARK has put a ton of money into them. So not everyone on Wall Street has been worried about the earnings miss or insider selling pressure. In fact, one key player, ARK, has bought into the Palantir story as shares move deeper in the bear market in the report's aftermath. And then so basically what they liked about it was Palantir's solid sales capture of 47% or forecasted 5-year growth rate of 30% have not been lost on them, okay? And it's worth taking notice of, right? Palantir is absolutely giving good guidance, 5-year growth rate, 30%, etc. Okay, today, and since Palantir's earnings reaction, ARK Invest has been vigorously buying shares for its ARK fund as well as ARK Next Generation ETF fund. I don't know if you knew this, but this actually kind of outlines real quickly. They have tens of millions of shares. On February 16th, the fund snapped up 1.5 million. On February 18th, the firm purchased another 5.25 million. The combined buying efforts of nearly 200 million have been reinforced with additional accumulation of Palantir shares this month. And they now, right here, they now have $400 million between those two different funds, okay? Significant holdings, okay, obviously. So, who are you going to believe, the bears or the bulls? I think that there's a little bit of both, okay? So right here, I didn't highlight it, but I want to still talk about it. There's a company, Citron Research. I don't know if you know this happened. A well-known short seller proclaimed, this was in November, proclaimed Palantir shares a full-blown casino. They set a price target of $20, and lo and behold, in March, it basically hit that, okay? And that's when they proclaimed it good enough for government work, job well done. And basically looking forward, though, the new, more bullish circumstances discussed above have started to bring Palantir back up. Obviously, this is going back and looking at time, okay? So at its weakest and just fractionally removed from Citron's target, again, follow me. Palantir shed 55% from its late January high of $45. In healthier environments, corrections of 30% are common in a growth name like Palantir. So meaning we're going to see these corrections. I think that we will continue to see, apologize, I have allergies. We're going to see these corrections a little bit. They're going to continue to happen. I think that they will. I just think it's going to be part of the ride, guys, with Palantir. Okay, the cycles have turned into much more meaningful, longer-term buying opportunities. What does that mean? I.e., buy at the low cycles, buy on the red days, depending upon what it is you are trying to accomplish. Me, I'm bullish, I'm buying, I'm holding. I know there's going to be a nice payday or paydays coming down the road as it relates to Palantir. Okay, that's just really what it comes down to. Okay, so Palantir's price action is also hinting that better days may already be here. Remember that a broken trend line or lower or higher low pattern are no guarantee of future performance, but they are bullish indications amid the reality of imperfect information. Okay? I think that this is a long-term opportunity unequivocally. Okay, so a few final thoughts, and again, this will be short and sweet. I absolutely think that here's what I want you to walk away from this article. I want you to understand that there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Palantir is going to move around. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to be one of those stocks. It's not just going to go real nicely up and just stay up. It's not. It's going to correct. We could see corrections of 30%. That could happen. And I think that you need to look at those as buying opportunities. It's unequivocally, to me, a long-term stock play. This is a buy and hold. Again, just to beat this into the ground. ARK has $400+ million in that. I mean, I'm sure that there are other funds out there that have not disclosed what their buy and strike prices are, but I guarantee you this company is their leader in their respective marketplace, and I think that this is going to continue to go up and up. I think that this is absolutely one of the best stocks out there long term to buy. That's my opinion. Hopefully you've gotten some value out of this video. I enjoyed making it for you. I've got more Palantir videos coming for you in the next couple of days. Keep your eye out for those. If you want to know when those are coming, subscribe, hit that bell notification, become part of my community. I'm here for you every single day, making these videos, bringing the information that I find that I think is relevant and kind of gives you some guidance and helps you to make a go or no go decision on a particular stock or whatever may help you in that capacity. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. See you.